The Tasmanian government went into bat over salmon imports and has vowed to do the same with New Zealand apples. It says the state's biosecurity is at threat and it will fight the World Trade Organisation's decision to allow imports into Tasmania. The Federal Trade Minister's standing firm, warning the decision is non-negotiable and Tasmania's actions could spark a trade war with New Zealand.
Once dubbed the Apple Isle, the prospect of trans-Tasman imports has growers fearing for their future.
We were certainly very disappointed with the softness that the decision was made and the ease that New Zealand can send their fruit in.
Orchardists are worried Tasmania's $70 million a year apple industry will be decimated by fire blight if New Zealand varieties are allowed in. The bacterial disease is almost invisible and they say it's not a matter of if it will be transported, but when.
Our track record of keeping things out is quite dismal over the years.
It could decimate our apple industry, it could destroy our pear industry, it will have significant impacts on our ornamental gardens and our nursery industry.
But not if the state government has its way. It plans to fight the World Trade Organisation's decision, like it did with raw Canadian salmon imports a decade ago.
We will be exploring all of our powers and what measures we do have to protect the biosecurity of Tasmania.
The Federal Trade Minister says Tasmania has no choice but to comply.
And if we don't, then other countries, in this case New Zealand, can take retaliatory action against Australian agricultural producers and producers of other products.
This is not a trade issue, it is about biosecurity.
Whatever the outcome, locals say New Zealand apples won't compete in Tasmania.
I wouldn't stock my principle. I've been a grower probably for 50 years or involved with apples in the family for longer than that. And just on principle I wouldn't do it.
Why would you buy New Zealand apples when you've got the best in the world here?
Proving loyalties at the core of the matter. Anna Yard, ABC News, the Huon Valley.